Hi, good morning. This is Maria Mendoza from LangFest Montreal 2017 that is taking place at Concordia University. Here I am with Jana from the United States, who is here for the second time. She was with us last year and has many of the guest and participant of this event is also a language learner and language lover, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to start with the question, I guess a reflection on language enthusiast. People usually say that when you speak many languages, you kind of have multiple personalities. I mean, how is that true from your perspective?
Well, it's definitely true for me. Okay. So my best language besides my native language, English, is Japanese. Okay. And in Japanese culture, it's very common for people to bow. And if you're not in a situation where you're going to do the full bow, you kind of like bob your head a lot. Even when people are just talking on the phone and the other person can't see them, they'll be like doing this all the time, like hi, hi, hi. And so I find that when I speak Japanese, I tend to do that more. And I think also I become like a little more like proper or like kind of like reserved in Japanese because it's that kind of culture. So yeah, I definitely feel a little different. In English, I feel like I can be a little more open and more direct because like in American culture, it's okay to say things directly. Whereas in Japan, if you want to say especially something more negative or something that might be awkward, you have to kind of say it in a roundabout way. And so some things are easier to express in English simply for that reason.
What about French or Spanish? Do you feel any different?
Well, I don't know. I don't know those languages as well as I know Japanese. And so I think the difference is stronger if you know the language really well, and especially if you've actually spent time in the country and like been immersed in the culture. And so you've like picked up the mannerisms of the local people. I lived in Japan for 5 years. And so when I speak Japanese, I feel like a Japanese person. Yeah.
So I guess you have to go and spend a couple of good 2 years probably in Latin America and to feel Latino probably when you speak Spanish.
Yeah, for me it's that way, yeah.
Yeah, because I do feel the same. Sometimes when I speak French, I don't know, there's this weight of just, saying, mais oui, bien sûr.
Yeah.
Moving like that all the time. So,
also,
yeah.
I don't know, my French is like, it's one of my more fluent languages, but I'm a little bit self-conscious about my accent when I speak French.
Okay, well.
And so I don't feel like, I don't feel like a native when I speak French, whereas in Japanese I have a much better accent. And so I feel like, even though obviously appearance-wise I don't look Japanese, I feel like speaking-wise I'm able to blend in more.
Would you be able to tell us about the presentation that you are going to give us today in French, just to see how it is? Or am I putting you on the spot?
They're putting me on the spot a little bit.
Sorry. So I just want to know what your body language in French. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
So no, just go ahead. So you're going to be presenting during this weekend. When is going to be? What are you going to talk about? What should we come and see?
So my presentation is this afternoon, and I'm going to be talking about motivation, and specifically about unconventional motivational techniques, because I've tried a lot of different motivational techniques over the years that are popular, and I didn't find that they work very well for me, and so I wanted to think about why that is, and just suggest maybe some alternatives for people who find that those strategies don't work for them.
Okay, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. So you were here last year. Mm-hmm. You are here this year again. Mm-hmm. Do you have any new expectations? I mean, how do you see all this coming along? This is just the beginning. What do you want to remember when you go back about the LangFest?
When I go back? Well, last year was really great. It was a small group of people. I think they only had maybe 150 participants. But it was kind of nice to have that like small group atmosphere where it felt like everybody was really connected, and it was a little more intimate than bigger conferences tend to be. And this year I was just told by Tetsu that we have maybe 300 to 400 people, and so that's going to be a really different dynamic. So I'm interested to see how that's going to work.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much once again for coming to Montreal, and thanks for watching us, and for those who are not sure yet to come, so please, you're all welcome to come. There are a lot of surprises, a lot of techniques, and I guess some souvenirs as well for those who would like to get some, also some products in, some books and videos and audio cassettes, I guess, for the language that you are interested in. So thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.
Thank you.